What is happening to the economy of the country? These were some of the views expressed by two members of opposing fronts regarding the current economic situation in the country.
We all know that state revenue is insufficient to cover the recurrent expenses of the government, including the payment of salaries for state sector employees and development expenses. State revenue declined drastically during the past few months due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We did not have the ability to obtain new loans and we still don't. So what other option do we have other than printing money? Taverns were closed. Women might be happy with that decision, but the closure of taverns has a direct impact on state tax revenue. Although state revenue declined and all traditional methods of revenue generation came to a standstill, we still had debt commitments to service. However, the government did not default on any of its debt obligations. On top of all of this, the government had to pay a 5,000 rupee allowance, not once but twice, to the general public. The government was able to manage the situation well during the past few months. Import expenditure has declined. Export income during the month of April has declined as well. Economists predicted that exports would display a downward trend after April. However, after curfew restrictions were eased, exports showed an increasing trend. That was what Dr. Jayasundara told me personally.
You might remember during the run-up to the presidential election, Vimal Virwangsa read a list of items on stage. They said a bag of items priced at a concessionary rate will be distributed to low-income families after President Gotabaya Rajapaksa comes to power. 6.9 million people in the country were fooled by this and voted for Gotabaya Rajapaksa. When Gotabaya Rajapaksa was brought into power and people were eating milk rice to celebrate his victory, the price of a kilo of rice was 75 rupees. But today a kilo of rice is 120 rupees. A kilo of sugar at that time was 70 rupees, but now it is 145 rupees. A kilo of ulundu that was 350 rupees then is now 850 rupees. The price of papadam has also increased. The government is now using the COVID-19 pandemic as an excuse for everything. Remain silent about the prices of food items. Don't speak about the cost of living. Will that work out? The current government promised to give pregnant mothers a bag of nutrients. Have they provided it? They have not. When the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic began, Bandula Gunawardena from the government told all of you not to pay loan premiums for a period of 3 months. They said don't pay leasing premiums and said that banks will not question them about it. They said that they had the money required. They said don't pay your electricity bills for 3 months. We have the money for it. They said the people will not have to pay their telephone bills. They said they will teach students through the internet. Isn't this what they said? But remember, none of those will be spoken of after the 5th of August. They are moving towards creating a system of governance that can put pressure on the people as they cannot face the economic crisis that the country is going to face.